Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Term 1 Senior Academic and Learner Attributes Award Assembly. Today we gather as a community to celebrate the academic excellence of students from their studies in Semester 2 of last year, and the personal excellence of our students in the Learner Attribute Awards from 2025. From our Year 10, 11 and 12 students, today we recognise 272 students for their achievements. Welcome to our parents and families who are joining us here this morning. It's lovely to have you here with us, and I also extend a warm welcome to the families who are joining us via the live stream. I hope you enjoy the ceremony today. We would like to specially welcome this morning returning College Ducks of 2025, TJ Vanderwalt, and Vet Student of the Year for 2025, Nate Brooks. TJ and Nate, thank you for taking time out of your schedules to be with us here today, and we look forward to hearing from you later in the morning. And of course, we also welcome with them their families who are joining us. It's wonderful to have you here to celebrate as well. To commence our formal proceedings, I now ask Fred Kebesu to come forward to give the acknowledgement of land. He will be followed by Genamai Bourne and Thomas Brown to lead us in our prayer and reflection today.
Kapumigi Batenga, Nitomura, Ngaungel Fred. Good morning, everyone, and my name is Fred. Today, I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Darambu people, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples here with us today. As a proud First Nations person myself, I recognize the deep and continuing connection that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people have to the land, waters, culture, and community. May we walk together with respect, learning from the wisdom of the world's oldest continual cultures as we gather today to celebrate the achievements of our students today. Eso, and thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today's prayer is inspired by our Liberating Education Touchstones and our call to create learning that opens hearts and minds, encouraging deep listening and help every learner to flourish. Let's begin in the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. In Edmund Rice tradition, we believe learning is shaped by the wisdoms, spiritualities, and knowings of Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islander peoples. We are invited to practice deep listening, sometimes called dadaring, which encourages stillness, respect, and openness to learning from one another and from the world around us. We recognize that every person carries a different story, a unique story, and that our diversity strengthens our community.
God of wisdom, teach us to listen deeply. Help us to honor the voices of First Nations peoples, to respect the stories of others, and to recognize our connection with all life in our common home. May our learning open our hearts as well as our minds. Academic assemblies celebrate excellence, but liberating education reminds us that success looks different for every person. For some, it is high grades. For others, it is persistence when learning is difficult. For others, it is courage, creativity, or growth in confidence. Real learning challenges us to think critically, act with compassion, and respond to needs of the world around us. For each time you ask questions, support a classmate, or keep trying when something feels hard, you are living the spirit of liberating education. Inspired by Jesus and Edmund Rice, liberating learning calls us to build a just society. It encourages us to explore meaning and purpose, to act for justice and the common good, and to recognize the dignity and potential of every learner. Through learning, we are invited to live Jesus' radical message of love, inclusion, and possibility and hope. Loving God, Bless our students as they grow in knowledge, confidence, and compassion. Bless our teachers who open our hearts and minds through learning. Help us to listen deeply, celebrate diversity, and use our gifts to build more and a just and hopeful world. May our school always be a place where learners are free to grow, free to question, free to belong, and free to become who they are called to be. St. Brendan, Our Lady of Perpetual Help, live Jesus in our hearts. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
I would now like to call forward Executive Principal Mr. Corboy for his address.
Good morning, everyone, to our students, to our staff, and to our families who joined us and those online. Can I begin by saying it's so wonderful to be back. I'm here for a few days, and it's just been an absolute pleasure. And to come here on such an important occasion as our academic assemblies, it's a special day. To begin with, just to, I suppose, give everybody an update, I know there's been some conversations around what's been going on for the last 2 years in regards to St Teresa's College Abergarie. So just as an update for everybody here, EREA, and I suppose for those in our room, parents who might not be sure, the parent company, so to speak, EREA, who has ownership and governance of St Brendan's, along with places like Iggy Park, Nudgee College, Terrace. EREA have purchased, I suppose is the right word, and taken over governance of St Teresa's College as of the 19th of this year. So it's quite a long exercise over the last couple of years to get to that stage. It's been a story of a school that is 1933, so older than St Brendan's, and a very proud school with a long tradition of agriculture and so on. So we would have a lot of families here and out west who would have fathers and grandfathers who would be old boys of that wonderful college. And it's the second time since 1933 that the school has changed its governance. So it's something that doesn't normally just happen. So it's actually quite profound that we're in a stage where many years ago the Christian Brothers handed over the Townsville Cathedral office, and then just as of the 19th, the Townsville Cathedral have handed it back over to EREA, which is extraordinary. I think somebody said it's been 54 years that EREA have actually taken on a school. So it's been a big journey, not only for EREA, but this college. And so the question that is asked is, why St Brendan's? How do we fit into this space? So EREA, as an organisation, said they would like to invite St Brendan's to join and partner with St Teresa's and support them operationally as two schools. And the reason being, and for you know where St Teresa's is, it's north of Townsville at a place just inland from Ingham. And we have somewhere like Iggy Park just down the road. And the reason why they asked St Brendan's is because we share a similar profile. So we're an all-boys school, both schools. We are both a boarding school. We are both regional, and we work very well in the First Nations space. So it was a beautiful fit for the two colleges to look to work together. In saying that, they are two separate schools. So in regards to St Brendan's, they can't financially support St Teresa's and vice versa. So they run as two separate schools, but the opportunities are extraordinary. And I suppose you're limited by your imagination what this means for this college moving forward. And so I suppose it then asks, how does that look like? What's that relationship going to look like moving forward? And I'll just give you a couple of examples. At the moment, we're in discussions with a company in Ingham that does heavy machinery. And we're looking to see those seniors who are 18 and see if we can offer them an opportunity to get their front loaders or their forklift or working at heights certificates or licences. to give them an opportunity if they want to go into the mines or work across industry, whether it be in Brisbane, back at home, or out in the mines, as I just said. So there's an opportunity for somebody sitting here might be, well, that's something that would really interest me. So we could teams you into the theory of what that may look like. We could then send you up there to do a little block where you would work towards achieving that. There's an opportunity there. We're looking to do hairdressing, something that we don't do here, or a barber. Again, if there's somebody in that space who'd be interested, you could teams into that particular class, and then go up there and do your prac and your block to get your certificate too in hairdressing, if that's a career you so choose. For St Teresa's at 140, it was a school, then when we arrived was 70 kids, and within 6 months we've doubled it to 140. And people are running to the school. They're running to EREA, and what we will provide them as a school in our organisation. So it could mean something similar where a small school, there might be a student up there who would like to, look at engineering. He doesn't have to leave St Teresa's, he can go online. He can join our classes and participate and come down and do workshops here at the college, yet still remain a student at St Teresa's. So there's all these opportunities. I know in the agricultural program where they've got a unit on cane, where Mr Oram's built, or planted some cane in a couple of strips. Well, St Teresa's is surrounded by thousands of acres of farms and cane, and there would be an absolute opportunity for the students studying that to go up for a week and experience the mills and the farmers and what that looks like. So as I said, the opportunities are endless, and it's something that is quite profound and something that's never been done before. So just a quick update in regards to that. And with that slide, I might just put you up, the first slide. We had a ceremony, so we had bishops, we had trustees, we had board members, we had politicians last week, and I just want to say a big thank you to Mr Horan, Mrs Allen, and our student leaders who came up for that huge ceremony representing this wonderful school, so a big thank you. So as you turn over to the next slide, that was just basically that relationship between our two schools and the opportunities that presents. And for people who don't know St Teresa's, that's sitting on 150 acres. It is in a beautiful country, in a beautiful area of North Queensland, and that's just the academic and the school precinct. And you'll see that there's opportunities where there's a camping area about 5 k's down the road that the college also owns. So hopefully that will excite, and as I said, we're going to be limited to our imagination of what that can provide. Can I just say one of the learnings that since being away to support this transition between the two organisations, sometimes you need to leave something to really appreciate what it means, what you live. And sometimes, when you're in the thick of it, you can't see the forest from the trees. But to come back here and see this place, the professionalism, the energy, the culture, the buy-in from this community is just extraordinary. I was in a meeting on Tuesday night in the Building and Finance Committee, and we were going through what we were looking to achieve this year. And I'll get the next slide up, please. That ITIC building, I think, is in competition as the second structure that can be seen from the space station, other than the Great Wall of China. That was extraordinary to come in and have a look at that place. That is a game changer, and that's going to set this school up for decades to come. The picture on the right is the shade cloth. That's about $2 million where we're going to provide shade over that area to have another learning space for HPE for our afternoon and breaks and lunches and morning tea activities. The hospitality down there, we're looking to get a cafe in the middle of the school there, which will support the hospitality certs. That middle picture at the bottom there is the civic project where we're building our car park. That agenda is just extraordinary, and I can say a sincere thank you to our families for your patience as this is a building site. But we will reap the rewards as we move into the end of the year as these things will be completed. But that doesn't happen in any school. and to have people from the community volunteering their time to support the college in meetings, in our planning, we just can't thank them enough. And then to see here the academic awards today, I just got blown away by Mrs. Jorgensen's comments in regards to the numbers. 272 award winners. That's over 50% of the year 10 and 11 and 12. That's extraordinary. And then I hear that there's another, I'll check my notes, another 180 just for year 8 and 9. This is our core business. As we build these things, that's great, but the core business is what happens under that roof. And here, this screams out really loudly the pride, the expectation of what occurs under these roofs. The commitment to the learning, that's our core business. And to have those numbers where our students are buying in is remarkable. And can I just say to those who are going to receive an award today, congratulations. I know your families are proud, and we are too very proud of those people who excel in their learning. I also love the idea of the learning attributes. You know, those skills where the staff recognise, I don't care whether you're getting a C or a B or a D in English, but you're coming to class prepared. You're coming to class with the attitude and effort to achieve to the best of your ability. And every single person in this school has capacity to be coming up on stage twice a year to be acknowledged for your effort in that. And I'm not talking about your academic result. I'm talking about the things that are important for life after the next stage of school. If you were to talk to anybody, whether you go to university, whether you go to retail, whether you go to the mines, whether you go to a workshop in an electrical space in Longreach, or whether you're working, as a diesel mechanic here in Yeppoon, employers look for these things. Somebody who's reliant, will get to school on time, will get to work on time. Somebody who's resilient, who will be adaptable. Somebody who is kind, in other words, can work with their people and get on as a team, can show initiative and can achieve for the good of the company. These learning attributes set you up beautifully for that. That's why we lose something like 30-something boys just between December and January at the start of school, where our students are getting picked up in Year 11 and Year 12 for apprenticeships and work opportunities. Because the employers out there are seeing what you're doing here and they want you. They want good people working for them. So I can keep talking, but can I say congratulations to the staff of WELL who actually make this happen, who set the expectation, and to ask boys to achieve to their best of their ability. That is something that is amazing at this place. And I haven't even started about the co-curricular activities and their volunteering of time and everything that goes with this place. So can I say finally just congratulations to every single person who's going to come up here this morning to receive an award. I'm really looking forward to the comments from TJ and Nate as they receive the recognition of being the Ducks of the college and the top vet student of 2025. Can I please put your hands together for those two especially? Thanks very much, everybody. Enjoy the morning.
Thank you, Mr. Corboy. To announce the Year 10 awards, I call forward Liberating Education Prefect, Zach Whitehead.
I would like to invite Mr. Blair McQuinney, Head of Year 10, and new teachers to the college, Mr. Ben Larson and Mr. Harvey Flynn, to come to the stage to present the academic awards to the Year 10 students. Mr. Larson first joined St. Brendan's College community in 2015 as a boarding student from Billawheeler. His connection to the college has remained strong ever since, serving our community in several roles, including dormitory supervisor, education support officer, and operations officer with the SBC Clontarf Academy. In 2025, Mr. Larson finalised his tertiary studies, completing a Bachelor of Education at CQU, majoring in Health and Physical Education and English. Outside of school, Mr. Larson enjoys powerlifting, four-wheel driving, and hiking with his Border Collie pup. Mr. Larson joins the college as a teacher in HPE and English. Please make him feel welcome to the college. Mr. Flynn hails from the Sunshine Coast, where he completed his schooling and then an apprenticeship as a timber joiner. Upon completion of his apprenticeship, Mr. Flynn went to university to study secondary teaching at CQU in Noosa. During his study, Mr. Flynn also completed a semester abroad at Eastern Illinois University in America. His first teaching role was at Meriden State College on the Sunshine Coast, where he was an ITD teacher for 3 years before moving to Western Cape College in Weipa. The initial plan for him was to go up there for 2 years, but he fell in love with the remote lifestyle and ended up staying for 7.5, where he loved fishing, camping, and exploring. When Mr. Flynn is not at work, he is looking after his 3 young girls and patiently waiting for the wind to drop off so he can go fishing. Mr. Flynn joins us as a Certificate 2 in Construction and ITD teacher. Please make him feel welcome. The Academic Achievement Awards, which require at least one A and nothing less than a C, are the first on our list. They have been awarded to the following boys: Aidan Bacon, Jasper Barrett, Khan Beams, Alec Chambers, Kaylin Edwards, Axel Hines, Nate Hutchinson, Kobe Iker, Leo Kirby, Kale Clean, Hugh Crevens, Brody Logovich, Clay Luden, Joe McKeering, Kobe Miller, Sonny Mosby, Declan Nickel, Harlan Oberhart, Levi Ree, Jackson Ruse, Noah Ryan, Tanner Sell, Rylan Smith, Lachlan Toon, and Cash Warner. Please put your hands together for our Year 10 Academic Achievement winners. The Academic A Awards, which require 2 or 3 A's and nothing less than a C, go to the following boys: Nicholas Barr, James Barry, Jackson Bell, Liam Booth, Parker Cecil, Joshua Chenoweth, James Coggill, Mackenzie Finnell, Hugo Janiges, Caleb Goslin, Finn Harper, Augustin Heckscher, Mason Hines, Elliot King, Jack Lane, Samuel Macri, Chatdani Mekwin, Caden Noble, Ben Roberts, Levi Sagas, Ryan Shannon, Joseph Stubbings, Sebastian Van Wyck, Quinn Warren, Harry Wilczek, and Pacey Wyatt. Please congratulate the Year 10 Academic A winners. final awards for the Year 10 boys are the Academic A+ badges. To receive an Academic A+, students need to receive 4 A's and nothing less than a C, or 3 A's and nothing less than a B. Receiving these badges are Jet Bauman, Charlie Cooper, Daly Cooper, Jack Coughlin, Fraser Dietz, Campbell Duggan, Jackson Forbes, Noah Frethy, Cooper Gustafsson, Sebastian Hatt, Brock Iker, Cooper Leash, Matthew Locke, Lachlan Malcolm, Austin McDonough, Colt Newton, Jack Orford, Hunter Pitkin, Axel Ramage, Cooper Ranger, Jack Robertson, Owen Rowlands, Riley Skelton, Tyler Slater, Kyron Smith, Thomas Sweeney, Vincent Thompson, Ethan Versinis, Charlie Weiss, and Kip White. Please acknowledge the efforts of the Year 10 Academic A+ winners.
To announce the Year 11 awards, could College Boarding Captain Louis Maxwell please come to the stage?
Assisting with the presentation of the Year 11 awards will be Miss Ryan, Head of Year 11, and new teachers to the college, Mr Shane Bazina and Mr Hayden Sherman. Mr Bazina hails from Mackay and began his career as an apprentice metal fabricator, working throughout the Queensland and the Northern Territory. In the early 2000s, Mr Bazina completed a science degree and worked with the Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Natural Resources. In 2011, Mr Bazina and his wife, who at the time was working at St Brendan's College, decided to see more of the world and spent time working in Jordan and China. Inspired by these experiences, Mr Bazina went back to university in 2015, completing a Master of Teaching and Learning. Since then, Mr Bazina has taught internationally, including Singapore and Germany. He joined St Brendan's College as a teacher of science. Please make Mr Bazina welcome. Mr Sherman comes to us from Villanova College in Brisbane, where he taught study of religion and English and coordinated debating, chess, student council, poetry competitions and philosophy club. He holds 2 bachelor's degrees and 2 master's degrees from study in Brisbane, Sydney, New Zealand and France. He studied to join the Marist Religious Order for 5 years and ran retreats and leadership programs for students throughout New Zealand and Australia. A hobby harpist and lover of Shakespeare, he joins us here at St Brendan's as a teacher of religious education. Please make Mr Sherman welcome. Starting with the Academic Achievement Awards, we have the following boys: Eli Bennett, Ethan Chalacombe, Dustin Crawford, Kevin Demar, Jet Fisher, Archie Gleeson, Matula Geese, Nicholas Hay, McKennan Haley, Fletcher Harms, Hayden Jackson, Ashton Jensen, Cooper Johnston, Fred Kebasu, Matasai, Colin Peaty, Darcy Perry, Tay Pryor, Ricky Rolfe, Guthala Rinn, Isaac Smith, Cooper Sweeney, and Jack Upton. Kindly acknowledge the Year 11 academic achievement winners. Meeting the criteria for academic A are Elijah Allen, Grady Bromley, Xavier Chapman, Tyler Crook, Boston Solowski, Alan Dallas, Angus Davey, Willis Dean, Zeke Dendel, Joshua Edwards, Sonny Isles, Kobe Henner, Ty Hewitt, Carter Holmes, Harry Huddleston, Ryan Iker, Finn Lewis, Lucas McLean, Brodie McLellan, Xavier McWhinney, Curtis Remke, Jack Richards, Luke Roberts, Nate Singleton, Samuel Solly, Ben Walker, Finley Watson, and Reuben Way. Let's show our appreciation to the Year 11 Academic A winners. The Academic A+ badges and certificates will now be distributed. Cooper Ballman, Oliver Bovis, Alexandra Campbell, Sam Clements, Abram Dahal, Cooper Gooding, Charlie Green, Ziggy Hoff, Kobe Kidd, Ben Vaughan, Leon Leonard, Reese List, Lincoln Luft, Byron Mitchell, Thomas Morris, Martin Moscoso, Luca Pianta, Thomas Porter, Xavier Sang, Ben Smith, Owen Sparks, Caleb Tiani, Caleb Todman, Matthew Travers, Kenan Watkins, and Logan Young. Please congratulate the Year 11 Academic A+ winners.
Time for a musical performance. Victor Comiskey, one of our Year 12 students, will be transporting us to a world of jazz with the beautiful Latin standard, Recorda Me. Written in 1960, this tune has become one of the most loved pieces in the jazz repertoire. The title means Remember Me in Spanish, and the music captures warmth and longing with Latin groove and rich harmonies. Please welcome Victor, performing Recorda Me, supported by Mr. Ingram. Stunning, Victor, thank you. This morning, we are extremely fortunate to have returning students TJ Vanderwelt and Nate Brooks giving up their time to come and speak to us. Both TJ and Nate finished as the top of Year 12 in their respective senior pathways in 2025. TJ excelled in academics and received an ATAR of 97.5. This places him in the top 2.5% of students in Queensland and made him the College Dux of 2025. He studied specialist mathematics, mathematical methods, chemistry, English, physics, and study of religion, and achieved an A in 5 of those subjects. TJ has recently commenced a Bachelor of Electrical Engineering at James Cook University in Townsville. Nate, our Vet Student of the Year, was the top student in skills and training in 2025. He received the Subject Award for Certificate 2 in Engineering. He was second top in automotive and third in construction pathways. Nate also excelled in mathematics, studying mathematical methods, and he was a high achiever in religion and ethics. Since finishing school, Nate is working on his family's farm and exploring his options with a Boilermaker apprenticeship. As the recipients of their respective awards today, both TJ and Nate received cheques to the value of $1,000 to go towards their expenses and study as they commence in the world. They've both agreed to come back. They tell us they would have come back anyway, but we do have their money and certificates here that might be sweetening the deal a bit. As part of that, though, we are asking them, would they get up one last time to give a speech at school? So could we please ask TJ if he would come to the stage? Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Corboy, staff, and students. Most of you would recognize me from last year as the Word of the Week guy. Some of you, especially the new Year 7s who aren't here, wouldn't have had the privilege to see how the Word of the Week came about. Now I know most of you didn't really care about the Word of the Week, and some of you only listened because it meant assembly was almost over. But it mattered to me. It was important to me because it started at a time when I felt like I had little control over most aspects in my life. That thing that seemed so small and insignificant actually gave me something to hold on to. It gave me structure, purpose, and a bit of motivation when I needed it the most. Perspective, the word that had the biggest impact on me. It shaped my life more than talent, results, or success ever could. In order to understand the impact that it had on me, I must explain my short story at St. Brendan's. My time at St. Brendan's was a rather short one, but it didn't change the impact that it had on my life, and still has. I arrived fresh from Northern Territory in Year 11 without knowing anyone. From the moment I walked in the doors of Fitzpatrick residence, I felt a sense of community as I was greeted by one of the senior boys as he was on his way out. He stayed and helped me find my way around the dorm and helped me unpack from my 8-hour flight from home. Afterwards, I laid in bed thinking to myself about this opportunity I had in front of me, the massive school, the amazing community of staff and peers, the incredible footy fields, and the new science block that I saw on my tour. All of it was mine for the next 2 years. My dream was simple but powerful, to play First 13 rugby and maybe achieve a well-rounded ATAR, but mostly an aspiration of playing footy at a higher level. I mean, with Scott Minto as a head coach, how wouldn't I be able to play for the Broncos if I really tried? Every gym session, every field session, every early morning was done with one goal in mind, running out in that First 13 jersey. But a pre-existing collarbone fracture, which happened months before I arrived, set my performance back. I didn't make the squad. I didn't even play Confro. Not long after, another injury meant I needed knee surgery, and rehab became my new reality. Watching from the sidelines while trying to rebuild not just my body, but belief in myself, was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Those setbacks crushed my confidence. I went from believing I belonged to questioning everything about myself. When rugby fell away, I searched for another way to prove myself. I set my sights on becoming school captain. I wanted to lead. I wanted to matter. I wanted to prove to myself that I was still worthy of achieving something incredible at St. Brendan's. I worked for it, believed in it, and once again, I didn't hit the mark. That's when I started to shut down and isolated myself in my dorm room. The new place, the new faces, the new people, yet I felt completely alone. I felt like I had failed myself, my dad, and the dream that brought us here. I wanted to leave. I wanted to go back to Darwin. I even tried to convince my dad that somehow staying here wasn't worth it. Believe me, I really had to dig deep to find reasons not to be here. But sometimes a change in perspective comes from other people when you can't find it from yourself. My dad stood firm. Mr. Bondi, the head of Fitzpatrick Residency, supported me when I was at my lowest. Ms. Gardner was always there to help me, not only academically, but also give me heart-to-heart advice, definitely not sugar-coated, but true and grounded advice. They helped me understand that one chapter doesn't define the whole story. Then, during a trip back to South Africa to see my mom, my sister, my whole family for the first time in 2 years, something completely unexpected happened. In the blink of an eye, I was mugged and seriously hurt, knocked out, confused, and lying in the middle of the road with a face and body covered in blood. I didn't just have my phone stolen, I was physically attacked, and my 4 front teeth were knocked out. I remember lying there in pain and terrified. In that moment, I needed help. Real, urgent help, and I had to trust strangers to care for me when I was at my most vulnerable. That night changed the way I saw the world and how I saw myself. It was in that moment when I was bleeding, scared, and helpless that I realized how powerful it is when someone chooses to help another person. I didn't just want success or a title. I wanted to help people the way I needed help that night. Sorry guys, sorry. I'm just very happy to be back. I spent that whole holiday recovering without teeth, unable to eat properly, and feeling like a helpless victim. It was hard to accept, and it was even harder to accept that I would never be able to play rugby again. The dream that I had chased for years, the reason I trained, sacrificed, and pushed through pain, was long gone. Losing rugby wasn't just losing a sport. It felt like losing a part of my identity. When I came back to St. Brendan's without teeth, I felt embarrassed, ashamed, and completely out of place. I avoided people, I avoided smiling, I avoided mirrors. And I was grieving a future that I had always believed was mine. At that point, rugby, leadership titles, and external validation stopped mattering. I fully turned my future towards academics with the long-term goal of medical school because I wanted my pain to mean something. Studying wasn't easy. I was dealing with physical pain, self-doubt, and ongoing dental treatment. Even when I was working hard, I didn't believe that I was capable of real success. And then I changed my direction from my NRL pursuit towards pharmacy. I still set a goal, an ATAR around 92, which is obviously a very hard to succeed ATAR. I studied relentlessly. I stressed constantly. But over time, something changed. I stopped focusing on what I had lost and started focusing on what I could still build. I found a sense of calm. Then results were released. I remember opening my ATAR and just staring at the screen. I genuinely thought there had been a mistake. I wasn't expecting anything close to what I had seen. So when I saw 97.5, I didn't feel pride straight away. I felt shock. It felt unreal, like that number belonged to someone else. After everything, the injuries, the rejection, the isolation, the mugging, the loss of my teeth, and the loss of rugby, that result meant more than just a score. It was proof that hard work mattered, that even when I didn't believe in myself, persistence made a difference. That result earned me a 40 grand scholarship at James Cook University, where I'm currently studying first-year engineering. Not the path I originally imagined, but a path that turned out to be even better. Looking back, I realized something important. Perspective is what carried me through. Not making teams didn't end my journey. Injuries didn't define me. And losing what I thought I was didn't change my future. It redirected it. Perspective taught me that life isn't about avoiding setbacks. It's about learning how to carry them. Some things won't be fair. Some losses will most definitely stay with you. and some dreams won't come true the way you imagined. But perspective can change that. Perspective to get amongst my mates and my community around me when I didn't have anyone. Perspective to allow myself a different journey and take in the vast pathways that this school has to offer. Perspective to see every moment through to its fullest potential. With patience, resilience, and a shift in perspective, you can still build a meaningful, successful life. You might not get what you wanted at that moment, but you may achieve something far greater in a direction you had never expected. I know you're very keen to sit and listen to me ramble on about the word perspective and what it means to me, but allow me to thank a few other amazing people who most definitely deserve the praise. Firstly, Mr. Reddy, for helping me with the word of the week, planning with externals, and for all the advice with studying. Your persistence with me helped more than you could ever realize. Mr. Cowboy, for not giving up on me and allowing me to pursue my own path. The school itself for allowing me to experience such a diverse journey and always backing me along the way. The boarding community, Mr. Martin, Mrs. Bond, Mr. Clarkey, and Luke Thomas for driving me around, especially to Rocky, and always making sure I got where I needed to be. And a special thank you to the nurses who were always ready to book me appointments for my bizarre situations, from knee surgery to even falling through a ceiling back home. Mrs. Timlin, sadly cannot find her on the crowd, but for her full approach to religious education and for her consistent pushing us to be better versions of ourselves, not just better students. And Mrs. Emery, for somehow managing to explain the whole world of chemistry and its so many branches in such a short amount of time. And to all the other staff who supported me along the way, even though I couldn't fit you in the speech, I'm truly very grateful. Thank you so much.
There's a famous novel that's a required reading across Australia and the UK and America. It's called To Kill a Mockingbird. And in it, the main character says, courage isn't a man with a gun. It's being licked and starting anyway. And I think we could take from TJ that at his lowest when he was licked, he started anyway. And that included today when he had to stand up in front of friends, family, and 700 people and keep going in a speech. So thank you, TJ, for showing us what courage is. And furthermore, a second courageous young man who is about to stand up in front of 700 people is Nate, who's going to share a bit of his experience with us. Thank you, Nate.
Going to be a bit hard to back up, but we'll have a go. Good morning, Mr. Corboy, staff, special guests and students. For those who don't know me, my name is Nate Brooks, and I was lucky enough to be awarded the 2025 Vet Student of the Year. When I first walked into St Brendan's in Year 7, I thought it was just going to be another 6 years of school. Nothing too special. Little did I know that these would become some of the most important years of my life. Somehow, it all seemed to go by in a blink of an eye. In this time, I learnt that St Brendan's and all the staff you encounter here are here to help you succeed. Success looks different to everyone. For some, it might look like choosing the ATAR path and going to uni. For others, it may be choosing the vet subjects route and going for a trade. Both paths involve dedication and effort. I found that doing subjects like the Cert 2s in automotive, engineering and construction really enhanced my capabilities with skills that have and will continue to help me in after-school life. Part of my version of success was keeping the balance with work, friends and school, being able to accomplish all of my schoolwork to the best of my ability without feeling trapped. Over time, I realised that this feeling of success didn't just happen, but it came from the lessons, support and experience that St Brendan's provided me. A few things that I've learnt during my time at St Brendan's that I think would be able to help everyone involved. getting the little things right first. Little things like respect, as it costs nothing but can earn you everything. Try your best to bring a good attitude towards everything you do, because this may not only help you, but also help those around you. Finally, just have a dig and see what you can truly accomplish, because you'll really surprise yourself. So don't take this time for granted. Work hard, step outside your comfort zone, and push yourself to try new things, because you'll never know the value of this moment until it's just a memory. But just as importantly, make sure you enjoy it. Spend time with your mates, have a bit of banter with your teachers, and make the most of every opportunity given to you. Because without that balance, you won't truly get the most out of this incredible opportunity you've been given. Thank you.
I'm going to get you to stand up again in a minute. Nate certainly always got the little things right, and he certainly had a dig, which is why he's back today to collect his prize. So if I could ask he and TJ and Mr. Corboy to come forward to present the boys with their awards and their money for coming back today. So on to the final academic awards. To assist with the announcing of the Year 12 awards, can I ask College Captain Cooper Witts to come to the lectern?
Distributing the awards to the Year 12 boys will be Head of Year Mr. Rod Peckett and Dallas Williams and Mr. Nick Blevin. Mr. Williams is well acquainted within the St. Brendan's College community, having taught here previously and been the Director of Sport. In 2022, Mr. Williams' family moved to Brisbane and he taught at Marist College Ashgrove, where he coached the first 13 and taught in Physical Education Department. Mr. Williams has extensive experience in the Rugby League as a player and was the assistant coach for the Premiership-winning North Devils in the Intra-State League in 2024 and Grand Finalist in 2025. He also oversaw South Sydney Rabbitohs Junior Development Program in South East Queensland during his time in Brisbane. Mr. Williams returns to St. Brendan's as a teacher of HPE, Certificate 3 in Fitness, and he takes on the role of Director of Rugby League. Please welcome Mr. Williams back to the Green and Gold. Mr. Blevin moved to Australia from Zimbabwe at the age of 13, completing his schooling on the Sunshine Coast before earning an undergraduate degree in marketing and human resources. After working in the mining sector, he found his true calling in education. Mr. Blevin completed his education degree at the University of Queensland, specialising in geography and history, and then later going on to complete a Master in Educational Leadership. For the past 10 years, Mr. Blevin has taught at the Rockhampton Grammar School, serving in multiple head of year roles, head of boys boarding, and coaching their first 15. Beyond school, Mr. Blevin is a devoted father of two and a passionate conservationist. Together, working with his brother, he co-runs a wildlife charity in Zimbabwe called Diwa Zambezi, supporting the protection of threatened species and habitats. Mr. Blevin joined St. Brendan's as assistant principal in boarding. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Blevin. Receiving an academic achievement certificates and badges this morning are the following boys: Mitchell Bidgood, Thomas Brown, Cooper Bruggeman, Federico Cardoso, Jaden Clark, Elias Comino, Trey Cummins, Nicholas Crawford, Shannon Doki, Kyan Garth, Athel John Gilbert, Jasper Hampson, Jaden Jackson, Tyler Johnson, Cooper Jones, Venema Kilvarave, Reese Laheath, Bailey Lothian, Mason Lucht, Malachi Mackey, Cooper Mann, Bodie McGregor, Cody McIntyre, Lane McLaughlin, Tarn Medlin, Jack Middleton, Dante Mikhalovic, Cooper Morton, Caden Race, Jeffrey Rinn, Jack Sainsbury, Trayvon Terrell, Theo Walsh, Ash Walter, Lan Watson, Riley Weiss, and Paxton Zutenbeer. Please put your hands together for the Year 12 Academic Achievement winners. For the Year 12 cohort, the following boys have attained academic A badges and certificates: Hunter Ballard, Jack Bartlam, Bo Bidgood, Isaac Brady, Aidan Kane, Nicholas Cooper Burns, Riley Coughlin, Braden Date, Toby Filicotti, Tate Fisher, Tyler Forbes, Scott Gibson, Ty Gredden, Zane Hadfield, Lockyer Hill, Jack Hughes, Michael Hutchinson, Lennox Kincaid, Harold Chris, Joshua Malcolm, Jay Marsh, Ethan McCourt, Oren McGilvray, Cooper Miles, Harry Miller, Toby Murdoch, Cooper Newton, Preston Nickel, Brody Nunn, Hunter Parsons, Jake Paletti, Sydney Richards, Harry Robig, Cooper Shoecraft, Daley Smith, Thomas Spires, Isaac Thomas, and Ashton Watkins. Please give a round of applause for the Year 12 Academic A winners. Achieving the criteria to be awarded academic A+ are the following boys: Oliver Bennett, Chase Blackburn, Morgan Bridgman, Victor Comiskey, Lanston Cook, Thomas Cross, Nathaniel Davey, Nicholas Eaton, Darcy Frankish, Mason Fuller, Brandon Grimshaw, Isaac Harding, Caden Hoare, Mason Hollingsworth, Carter Hughes, Eli Hutchins Barnes, Eli Janke, Oliver King, Ben Kingston, William Lees, Hugh Lloyd, Lewis Maxwell, Wyatt McDonald, Will McFarlane, Benjamin Miller, John Mulville, Kobe Oberhart, Eden Quinn, Kobe Scanlon, Callum Schmidt, Clayne Tarry, Xander Thornton, Bo Upton, Archie Watts, Reed Weinart, Zach Whitehead, myself, Cooper Witts, Brock Wren, Kobe Wren, and Noah Wright.
Please congratulate our Year 12 academic A+. Students, we are running over time at this point. We will be extending your lunch as a result once we get through this. I would now like to ask to the stage Mr. Peter Reddy, our Assistant Principal Teaching, Learning and Innovation, to commence the Learner Attribute Awards.
Thank you, Mrs. Jorgensen. Our final awards today are our Learner Attribute Awards. These awards recognise students for their personal excellence in 2025 and were finalised following the review of Term 4 reports at the end of last year. The learner attributes identify the key dispositions, skills and attitudes that we know enable students to achieve to their potential and be their personal best. These 4 attributes are shown on the screen. They include preparation for learning, cooperation with teachers and peers, engagement and application during class and completion of home learning. And while we know these attributes promote habits that enhance learning, like Mr. Corboy said earlier, they also align with the transferable skills that are highly sought after in the workforce. For students to attain an award, they must be rated by all of their teachers as consistently displaying these attributes at a term-based reporting period. At the corresponding assembly last year, 39 students across the college had met the criteria to be eligible for a Learner Attribute Award. This year, across our 2 assemblies, we will present awards to 87 students. This is more than double last year. To the boys receiving these awards, you are setting a wonderful standard and should be very proud of this achievement. Today, students will receive physical learner attribute badges for the first time as part of this recognition. Students will also receive certificates, and in week 6, they'll be issued with digital badges, which will be able to share electronically for job application and admission processes. To present the awards, can I please ask Mr. Corboy to come to the stage, and I might also ask TJ and Nate if you would like to go up and help with the presentation as well, please. Students achieving a Bronze Award received the highest possible learner attribute ratings from each of their teachers in one term of 2025. Receiving the Bronze Award are the following students. From Year 10, Lachlan Malcolm, Clay Nayland, Thomas Sweeney, Ethan Vizintas. From Year 11, Oliver Bovis, Cooper Gooding, Kobe Hanna, Kobe Kidd, Lucas McLean, Thomas Porter, Ben Walker. From Year 12, Nicholas Eaton, Zach Whitehead, and Cooper Witts. Just push across, boys. Just come across. Just no, just push across. Yep. Please congratulate our Bronze Learner Attribute Award winners. Boys, you might stay there. Just get you to stay there. Okay, we're going to move on to the Silver Awards. To receive a Silver Award, students must be rated as consistently demonstrating all of the attributes across 2 terms in their reports. From Year 10, Jet Bowman, Campbell Duggan, Hunter Hickson, Cooper Ranger, and Tyler Slater. From Year 11, Charlie Green. And from Year 12, Chase Blackburn, Thomas Cross, Kobe Oberhart, and Xander Thornton. We might congratulate our Silver Learner Attribute Award winners. And finally, for the very top award, the Gold Learner Attribute Award for students who achieve the highest possible ratings from each of their teachers in at least 3 terms of 2025. From Year 10, Fraser Dietz, Brock Iker, Riley Skelton, and Vincent Thompson. From Year 11, Ethan Challacombe, and from Year 12, Victor Comiskey and Darcy Frankish. Please congratulate all our Learner Attribute Award winners. So that now concludes the distribution of the individual awards and the formal part of the ceremony. I sincerely congratulate all boys receiving awards today. It is a tribute and affirmation for your effort and diligence. Can we give all award winners a round of applause, please? Now, boys, we were going to do house points, but we might tide that over until our assembly next week. But we do need to thank a lot of people who have been involved in putting this event together. Firstly, the marketing and events team. Thank you for everything. It's been a whole lot of work with the certificates and all of preparing the stage. The musical performances, thank you very much, Victor. The artwork, as always, has been fantastic. And all of the people that go above and beyond, especially the tech department. Parents, thank you very much for joining us here in CPAC and those joining on the live stream. TJ and Nate, fellas, thank you very much. You did a phenomenal job. Congratulations. And of course, our teachers, boys. Can we give all of those people a big round of applause? So boys, I'm just going to ask that you stay seated for a second so that we can allow our parents to leave. But just before you do leave, Mr. Jorgensen, can you just flick that map up if possible, please? I'm pretty sure that most parents would have parked as you came in. You would have stayed left of CPAC and gone around to the parks down near the health centre, behind CPAC or near boarding. So that's the blue parks that are shown up there. If you're in one of those blue parks, can I please ask that you exit through gate 5? If, however, you did end up going down to park on the ovals, that's the Park 5 shown there, can you please come back up via the shed and exit via the road up beside the main oval and go out through gate 3. So parents, if I can just kindly ask for you to make an exit, and boys, can you just remain seated, please? Thank you.